Okay, teacher, is going to show you how to use Google Forms. Of course, I've already signed up and I'm logged into Google Forms. Usually, if I'm not mistaken, I think your template gallery may be collapsed where you're not seeing the template gallery. Okay, and if you hit that template gallery, it will show you, that there are a bunch of different choices that you can have on that. These are just the ones that I've done, but if I go to template gallery, you'll see that I've got work, I've got education, so we have blank quiz, exit tickets, assessment, worksheet, course evaluations that are already pre-fab documents. I just start with the blank quiz here. I think I'm going to start with the blank quiz. There we go. Okay, so one of the things, obviously you want to give it a name, so we'll just say we've been doing addition, so just addition. You can put a description if you would like, further description, and I'll just put in a question here again. 1 plus 4 equals. Okay, and then I can put a picture again here, and back to our example, like I said, that you were, even if we were doing something, so let's say we were doing the Odyssey, I could have, when we watched the movie, at the end of the Odyssey, then I was giving them a test of that. I could have pictures of, I could say who was the protagonist, and I get a picture of Odysseus and Penelope and Telemachus, and I could, I could have a picture next to the name of, like the question was, who is the protagonist? I could have, like I said, I could have Telemachus and Penelope and Odysseus, and I could have, we could have the Cyclops, and I could have a picture of them over here, and then they select which one is correct. But you have all of these different choices, right, for the type of, like I can do a short answer. You can see it changes over here. I can do multiple choice, and so on. A couple of ways that you can do this, just real quickly. You can have them sign in with their email. If you don't have email where you're going to have them sign in, what I would recommend that you do is I would make their first question, okay, what is, if I can type today, what is your name? And then they put their name in, and that way, you have, because some schools don't, want them using emails and things like that. So, or some of them may not have email addresses. They may not remember their email addresses. So you can just put what is your, and that way you get their name. And then to add a question, you just hit plus. Okay, and again, so if we go 1 plus 9 equals, and then we can put our answers down here, right? So we just put 11, and then we just put another one, and you see how it goes 12, and we just click here, and we put another one, put 10, and then we just select which one is the correct answer, right? Oh, I've got it set as multiple choice. I was wondering what was going on here. Let's go. Oh, yeah, that's right, multiple choice. Required, you can put that in here. If you would like, you can duplicate. If you want an answer key, you select the one that's correct, right? Choose the correct answer. You hit done. And that's pretty much it for that. And that's actually a change. Used to, you could just click here and it would pick the button. That's why I was trying to do this answer key as a new feature. And you obviously want them all to be required. And that just means that they can't go to the next one without answering this one. Okay. This allows you to do, and if I want to add, another one, I just hit, to add another one. If I want to move them, I can move them. Like let's say I said, oh shoot, I want to put that one before this one. I just drag where those little, see those little dots there, I just click over that and I just drag. So one of the things that you could do, with these is you could also put in videos, right? So, or an image. So I could put in an image of a cardinal and then my, say, so I can upload an image, and then I could just have, something that's, or let's say I have an image of a, half-eaten pizza, and the question is, how much of this pizza remains in fractions, right, or represented in fractions. I can also put in videos here, so I can add a video. And then what I would recommend you do is that you add the video. Okay, so you just click on this, and you just put the URL in here for the YouTube. And then what you do after you put the video in, you have questions after the video. So you put in the clip of Odysseus and that climactic scene with the suitors, and you let them watch it, and then you have 5 questions after that, right, about the video. Does that make sense? So that's how I would use that. But nonetheless, you can play around with adding different types of questions, and you can, with different types of answers, or how they're going to answer, right? I just want you to be able to see how you do that. One of the things I really like is you can come up here to this palette, okay, and you can hit this plus sign underneath the color spots, and it gives, and if you go to let's see, if we go to choose an image, they have all of these different ones that you can choose from, and some of them are pretty neat. Some of them are actually animated. Like if I go to sports, so you'll see that the guy's shooting a basketball, right? So some of them are pretty cool. So if I click on that and I hit insert, it will change my theme, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it makes him look, and when I make it active, he'll be shooting. When I publish it, he'll be shooting the basketball. So I really like that. I think it makes them look very professional. It makes your form look very professional. They've actually, again, they've kind of changed it a little bit. This used to be more up here. All right, so that's how you set that up. And then your responses are here. So when students respond, you'll see them here. It presents them in a nice pie chart, if I'm not mistaken, or a bar graph down here. You'll see all the students' responses. When you want to stop, or if you're not ready for them to access it, okay, you just click right there. So when you're ready to start it, you hit accepting responses, and if it's the end of class, you hit stop. This little green square here, you click on that, and you can download it as a spreadsheet, right, as a Google slide or an Excel spreadsheet. And then if you want to see what your assessment's going to look like, you click on the little eyeball, and there it is. That's what students are going to see. Well, it says it's not accepting. Let's view it now. There's what it looks like. So it looks nice, very professional. And if you want to, the way you're going to share it with your students is you hit send. Okay, I wouldn't email it to it. You just copy the link here. I've had problems when I shorten it, so I wouldn't recommend that. You just copy that link. You could turn it into a QR code that they can scan. It's very simple to create QR codes. You could also just share it with them by putting it on. I'm sorry, I drew a blank there. You could also share it with them by putting a hyperlink on your Google sites, right? That's how I would recommend, or your Google Classroom. I'm sorry. Just put it, make a hyperlink. Click here to complete the assessment, and make the link to it. And that's how you do Google Forms. So very easy, again, to use. And that's pretty much, I think, everything that I want you to be able to do in your project, technology project 2.